Hello everyone, breaking headline parody story report entertainment show. Cairo, Egypt's president, Hosni Mubarak, is making my show today. He's on trial in Cairo, Egypt, for ordering the killing of 840 protesters was killed, and the protesters walk in Cairo, Egypt, and he ordered them shot dead. And they're bringing him to trial, two of his sons, some of his staff, and they've all got him in a cage in white uniform. And this Mubarak, he ruled Cairo, Egypt, for over 30 years with an iron fist. And I got more details about this show that I'm putting on, and I want to tell you my disclaimer before I go much further, that everything in my parody story report entertainment show is a parody. And that means don't take anything I say seriously. Don't take anything I say personal. Don't try anything I say at home. If you do, check with your attorney first, and then still don't do it. I am a professional. No amateur should ever try anything I say. And you know, there's critics on everything anyone does. And some people have been criticizing my disclaimer to say, you're saying all your shit's a parody, it's a joke, don't take anything I say seriously. Well, yeah, that's right, don't take anything I say seriously. And you know, under your white man's law, if I don't do something to protect myself, your government will come and drag me out of my home and execute me too. If I would have been him, I would have never told them to kill the protesters. I would have just simply said, please, you know, they're tearing up their city. Tell them to quit, and you know, arrest whoever you can arrest and do whatever you're supposed to do in police matters. I would have never told them to kill those protesters, you know. But he's a nut, and he's been in power so long, he just kept wanting to do everything he could to you know, steal more money. He's 83 years old. He's ruled that country, Cairo, Egypt, for over 30 years. But the bad thing about it, no matter who gets in there, all politicians around the world live off of these stuff I'm fixing to tell you. Constituent, squander, misappropriate, create jobs for their bosom buddies, and tax and spend and waste the taxpayers' money and raise their taxes and steal everything they can steal for themselves and date bad girls. Your president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, he dated Marilyn Monroe, and he had a wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. And then he had a goddamn brother named Robert Kennedy, and he dated Marilyn Monroe. Then they had another goddamn brother named Edward Kennedy, or Ed Kennedy, and he dated Mary Jo Kopechne, and they was in a lover's quarrel. He was smoking weed, and he drove off the Chappaquiddick Bridge, and she died. And then that son of a bitch went home and sobered up and called the police 24 hours later, and he was big in politics back in, and police chief come out on the news and said, the Attorney General said, no charges will be placed against Edward Kennedy for leaving the scene of the accident, criminal misconduct. Nothing will be charged against him. He's a Kennedy. So, you know, corruption was bad then, but it's worse now that these politicians, they know to create jobs for their bosom buddies. So no matter who you get in, the president in Cairo, Egypt, or anywhere around the world, they're all going to steal money. The law around the world needs to be changed that these politicians cannot create jobs for their bosom buddies and secret deals made in back rooms to pad their pockets full of the taxpayers' money, and they vote themselves from a $300,000 a month credit card allowance on the taxpayers to $3 million a month credit card allowance expenditures. They may be making just say $250,000 a year, but what they get back up under the table amounts of between $1 million to $1 billion a month. Kickback schemes, tax and slaughter the good people. You're a public servant. They're a public servant, but they're a servant for themselves. The law needs to be changed, and I hope this Hosni Mubarak will be hung, and the rest of his goddamn family. They're no goddamn good. They're no goddamn good. They're as evil as the devil. They're the devil in disguise. I've got to break away now for a second. I'm going to get back to this story if time allows. But I got to tell you who I am. I'm Rodney Dangerfield's cousin. You know my cousin. He don't get no respect. Of course, he's deceased now. And now it seemed like the monkey jumped on my back. I went to buy me a pack of cigarettes the other day, and a bitch boy was behind the counter. He carded me for ID. I'm 63 years old. I said, hey pal, I'm 63 years old! Bitch boy still carded me. And then I went to get a 6-pack of beer. Another bitch boy carded me. I said, hey pal, I'm 63 years old! Bitch boy carded me. Then I went to get me a dinner at a family restaurant, and I went up to pay for the meal. Another bitch boy was behind the counter, and he was charging me full price. I said, hey pal, I want my senior citizen discount. Bitch boy carded me. I don't get no respect. I took my wife to a dude ranch. She left me for a black dude. My wife turned gay on me. One day my wife and I was fixing to make love. She was on the bed naked in a figure-4 position, and just in a deep stare. I said, honey, what's wrong? You can't think of anyone to fantasize who you had sex with while we make love? She said, no. I said, fuck it, let's just forget it. We didn't even make love that day. So I went on the internet to freepornphonesex.com. All it is a recording of a girl. She'll say, hey lover boy, I'm having a party in my mouth. Would you like to come? I'll give you permission to do anything you want to do to me over the phone to seem like I'm there with you live. I don't have a gag reflex. You can hold my head down as tight as you want to. Go in the front door, back door, side door, I don't care. So I called a live service. She said my voice was too ugly for her to talk to over the telephone. Then I needed to generate some money, so I went to freebuyseltradeanything.com. Anything you have for sale that's legal, you can put it on there free of charge. Once you put it on there one time, it'll keep reposting for indefinitely until you sell it. Then you just take it off with one swipe of the computer. And I put a 55 Chevy on there, and I sold it for $3,000. And then my wife and I, people kept saying, why would your wife leave you for a black dude? I go, well, I guess she wanted to get back with her own color. But I started having a lot of trouble out of her. She didn't, there's like 300 words she didn't want me to say because I was white. She didn't want me to say, honey, sweetie, dear, baby, y'all, us, them, dude, buddy, your president. I said, fuck you and your whole goddamn family. I'm sick of your goddamn shit. So we got a divorce. Then I put an ad on in the personal section on free buy sell trade anything. A white Caucasian girl answered that, and we go put an ad, I want to go pray and go to dinner stuff. A white Caucasian girl answered the ad. We're deeply in love. We're engaged to be married, and everything's going great. If anybody has any criticism or comments about my show, type it in underneath. God bless you.